Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome to another edition of Dan Reviews It. This is for the 8th episode of The Conners, and it is called Oh Sister, Where Art Thou? And this will be the last one actually for a few weeks. In January, we'll get the last 3 episodes of the season. But for now, let's take a look at episode 8. So in this one, a couple things going on, like there has been lately, although didn't seem quite as rushed as last week for some reason. But we have Darlene and Becky sort of doing a sisterly thing, which has to do with Harris getting arrested. She was drinking in the woods with her friends, and all of them ran, and she did not get away. So the cops bring her to the house, and Darlene's not home, but Becky is. So Becky basically, says, look, I'll cover for you. Like, your mom never has to know this happened. You just can never tell her. So they sort of have this little bond between them. And for one thing, it's nice to have an episode with Harris actually having a plot. So that was nice. But the next day, the cop comes back, and Darlene answers the door, and oh, here, your daughter left her sweater in my squad car. So, okay, now Darlene knows. So her and Becky sort of have a standoff about it at the bar over a game of pool. And we find out some real interesting things about the time we spent away between Roseanne Season 9 and Roseanne Season 10. For example, that Becky really reached out to Darlene when her husband died, and Darlene kind of blew her off. So we learn about that dynamic that happened. Then the other plot is about Dan and the new character played by Katey Sagal. We had heard that she was going to be making an appearance at least once. I don't know if she'll be more recurring, sort of like Matthew Broderick's character has been lately, but she is an old high school friend of Dan and Roseanne's, and now that Dan is single, she is going for him, basically. She works with Becky at the bar, so it all sort of, comes full circle with that. So, speaking of Matthew Broderick, I guess I'll mention in a very, like a C story, we have Matthew Broderick and Jackie doing this sort of Neolithic type of thing, because he is doing a paper or an article or something, and they have to live basically like pioneer people. So that lends itself to some laughs, and really not much else. It's not like it develops the story at all, but it is sort of there for comic relief. So that's pretty much it. Now in this episode, DJ, we do see Mary a little bit, but DJ and Gina do not appear at all. Mary, she was there in the kitchen. I'm trying to remember if she had any lines. Maybe one. And Mark also had like a couple of lines, but that was it. Other than that, it was, core family, DJ out, as he has. I wouldn't even consider him core family anymore. I think core family of the Conners is Darlene, Becky, Jackie, and Dan. That's it. So DJ, not even in the episode. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, either just I can't say take him off the show, because obviously that would be so weird, especially since we've lost Roseanne. But like, he just doesn't do anything. His character does nothing. He appears very infrequently, and when he does, he says like a line here or there. Sometimes not even. So like, I don't know. I was really excited about the whole Gina character when the season started. Because the first few episodes she would get like a really good line in, and then I was hoping like, okay, like when are we going to see the Gina story, the Gina background, whatever. Nothing. There hasn't been anything, so that's annoying. But Darlene and Becky, their chemistry between Lacey Goranson and Sarah Gilbert is great. They really, this episode was a lot about not just sort of the insult play that they do, which we do see that in the opening scene with Darlene and her new boss/boyfriend. But the moments at the pool table they had some humor, but also, we really get a deeper understanding, I think, of the rift that has grown even further between these two characters in the 20 years since we last saw them. So I thought that was really cool. I like that Dan made a stand against the Katey Sagal character and said, listen, I'm still in love with my wife, he spins his wedding ring, kind of to show, hey, look, I'm still wearing my ring. I thought that was really nice, really touching. I'm not actually getting choked up. I just had something in my throat. But, I thought that was really nice that he made that distinction. Because when I heard Katey Sagal was coming on as a possible love interest, I just thought, ooh, man, they got to tread that line. Because, it's not even been... I mean, I don't know what sort of real time they're in, but I assume if, let's say, she passed away over the summer, it's probably about this time of year. I mean, they did the Halloween episode, so I would say it's about December in Lanford. So it's been like 4 months, and they were together for I don't know 30 some years. They probably said it at some point, but well, they've been together since high school, and I mean, Dan has got to be in his 60s, so yes, 40 plus years they were together. So yeah, obviously he's not going to just move on like that. So I'm really glad. I'm glad they introduced the character. I'm glad they had the subplot of this episode. But I think it's really nice the way they handled it. As I've been saying, they mention Roseanne every episode, and that's normal. I think it's completely normal to talk about the matriarch of the family for so long, and very lovingly and everything. So I'm glad that they did that, and I'm glad they did it in this way, because it didn't seem forced. It didn't seem unnatural. This is how I think he would have reacted, and I think the writers nailed that. So that is good. The Matthew Broderick character, I can't get a read on. We've had him in a few different episodes, and it's like each episode he's almost a different character a little bit. Like, he's always sort of a little, boring, but, last week we saw that he may be taking advantage of Jackie, maybe using her for her money, and then this time he's almost on a wacky level like she is. Like, their whole plot was strictly for comic relief this week, so, which is fine, but I can't get a read on that character yet. I'm not sure if I like him or not, so that's sort of interesting. The Darlene Boss story, that has taken a little bit of a sidestep, because we only saw him in the opening scene, which, again, is fine. Let's rotate people in and out. I'm glad, like I said, that we had Emma Kenny here to give us a Harris subplot. I thought that was good. I'm not sure that if I had one complaint about the quickness of the episode, or the wrapping up too easily, I'm not sure we fully explored her drinking in the woods kind of thing. Like, Becky gave her some tips on how to, escape better next time. But I don't know, the standoff between her and Darlene, that did feel a little bit short, nipped in the bud a little too quickly. But I think the crux of that was probably Darlene and Becky's relationship anyway, and not so much Darlene and Harris. So, I guess I could sort of give it a pass for that. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. A bit of a bounce back from last week. I definitely laughed more this week than last week, and I thought the dramatic beats hit a little better as well. And I really, really liked the Darlene and Becky back and forth, and I enjoyed finding out, some nuggets of information about what happened 10 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever, between the two of them, to divide them even further, I guess, than they were in high school. So I thought that was really cool and interesting. So overall, I think it was a good way to end this portion of the season. Like I said, they're going to take about a 3-week break and then come back in the new year, maybe a month break. I forget the exact day it's coming back in January, but I think it might be the 8th, so close to a month. of a break we're going to get. So, when it comes back with the final 3 episodes, that'll be cool. Hopefully they keep with this momentum, because this was a really solid episode. I'm going to give it a B+. I thought it was good. But boy, one of these last 3 episodes, if you could just give us something with Gina, even if it's just Gina and Mary. DJ doesn't have to be there, I guess, whatever. We all know they're kind of keeping him around just because he was on the original cast. I think they realize, look, the dude can't act, and that's fine. We'll give him as minimal as we can get, really, on it. But I really would like to find out more about Gina, so hopefully there's something with that. So I guess in the next few weeks I'll be putting up some more of these classic TV rewind reviews, like I did with Abbott and Costello a few weeks ago, in the absence of the Connors episodes. So look for that. Merlin and I filmed a segment that I wanted to start called Marvel Monday. This is actually before Stan Lee died, even, but I wanted to kind of go through all the movies and the TV shows of the Marvel Universe in chronological order based on when they take place. So we did a review for Captain America, I don't even know, a little while ago, and then I never ended up watching Agent Carter. That was like the next one in the series. So maybe I'll get to that. I would like to post the video, if nothing else, with me and Merlin. But other than that, that's going to do it for now. Like I said, I'll try to get at least one video up next week from the classic TV series that I just started, since there will be no Connors. But please comment below. I love hearing from you guys always. Add us on Facebook. Dan Reviews It. I always post the new videos up there. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.